Hello and welcome to HEX the Crypto Sparbook show. We have a lot to discuss. A lot of things were happening after the tour, and now we are back to business. Now we are gonna do streams a lot again. But Patrick, first let's say hello to the viewers and to the chat.
Yes, so also hello from my side. Awesome that we see each other again here on the live stream because we hadn't had the chance to live stream in the last couple of weeks. It was also because, we ended our tour, the 5555 Hex tour in Vegas, and then we just needed a little break altogether. We split it up a little. We went to different parts of the world. We were not together anymore with our streaming setup, but that changed again after a few weeks. We are here in Colombia, in South America, where I started my journey a year ago, and I also inspired David a little bit to move from Miami to here, that we are together and that we are able to work together here on further crypto stuff to be able to show everybody out there on how to be their own banks.
It was less of an inspiration of you inspiring me. It was more of we have to work. The fork is coming. We have to learn about Pulse and PulseX by ourselves. We have to do all the research, and we have to show it to our Crypto Sparbook community, right? And
That's
today
true.
there is something big that we want to announce, because there is Crypto Sparbook community for the Germans, and in the future we will have KSB TV, and this is what we will talk about as well. Is there some other topics for the introduction?
Yeah, I mean, for the introduction, let's talk about the topics in general, what we want to talk about. First of all, we want to talk about a little what happened in the last couple of weeks, since our last live stream. Then we want to talk about what will happen in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, what we have planned in the background in the last couple of weeks as well. And then, of course, we are going to the real crypto talk, where we will talk about different kinds of things. And actually, today our focus, first time, is not on rigid hard projects, because there are also other things on the crypto market which are interesting to look into it and are also audited and good people behind it and all that kind of stuff, and interesting options when it comes to maximizing your hex
Maximizing your hex gains. Let's name them right away. We will talk about Hedron and Maximus later on, right?
Yes.
But before we want to go into the crypto talk, of course, we want to discuss what is it all about with KSB.TV, with the workshops we are planning in the future, the 1 million Pulse Tour, where we still have to decide on the name, because sometimes I'm saying 1 million tour, sometimes I'm saying million Pulse Tour. What do you think it should be?
I don't think, I don't know exactly, because this tour will also be different like the old tour. It will be having different facets. It will have different speakers. It will be in different cities as well. It will be a different topic. We only had like the Hex. We only focused on Hex, and of course we had a wrapped Pulsechain car, because we thought that Pulsechain can launch like any month during our tour. But now in the end, it was the 5555 Hex tour, and now our camera got out of focus. David will fix that, and what we can do, we can bring up Black Hexican, our tour manager of the 5555 tour and the future CEO of the next tour. So let's bring her up. Here we are. So your mic is still muted. Just unmute yourself, and then we can go. David is about to fix the camera in the meanwhile. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Maybe like after 2 hours or something like that, this gimbal just needs to move one time or something like that. So, Kaylin, I think we can hear you already. So, hey, say hello to the audience, and awesome background. Where are you?
I'm at home. I'm in my garage. I've streamed a couple.
Nice garage. I like your garage.
I've streamed a couple times over the last couple days, showing off the Hex car. Since it's here at my house, so I was like, I can't do a Crypto Sparbook stream and not get in the garage and show off the car again.
Awesome. It looks really nice. You know what? Before we start, like more informations, I have a nice story to share because in the last couple of weeks, after Vegas and then also after we came back again to America for a wedding of a HEX OG and then for the Crypto WorldCon in Miami and the first and the second. After that, I spent some time with my family. Maybe look at the picture. There is still in the top something which is weird.
This did disconnect. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm really sorry for what happened, guys.
Yeah. Kaylin, can you still hear me? The audio is still there?
I can hear you. I'm just muting every once in a while because since I'm in my garage, sometimes there's some noise in the background.
All right. So let me continue with my story. I spent some time over the Easter celebrations in Austria, and it was also a special birthday for my father at the time. And I thought, okay, what can I do for a birthday present? And then I thought, okay, I will rent 2 supercars and go with him and my 2 brothers and spend the day. And then I realized that I still need a different car, for the rest of the days. I was only there for in total 10 days. And then I just extended one of the supercars. And now you can guess what kind of supercars the Hex Lion got in Austria. It was the 2018 version of the Audi R8, what you see here in the background, and also the V10 version. And unlike the car back there, which is like limited at 170, the V10 in Austria was not limited at a certain speed. And it was definitely more than just 2 cylinders of more fun driving this car over those 10 days.
You get any tickets?
No, because I was in my home country. I know where I can drive and where not.
All right.
That's
I think I fixed the camera now.
Yeah, you need to fix your audio now, and now you should be back. So
Sorry for what happened
Kaylin
here.
can see us again. So here we are back.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going? So let's bring up my screen share here from KSB TV, and then we can start with our presentation that Kellen and I have talked about the last 2 streams already. We talked about that briefly in our German stream. So now let's discuss what is it all about with KSB.TV. Patrick, why did we have to make this decision that we have to open an LLC in America?
So first of all, our YouTube channel is growing, Crypto Sparbuch. And at first we thought, okay, we just will implement Crypto Sparbuch like kindergarten in the American culture. And it does not work out that great. So that's why we thought, okay, also for the YouTube algorithm, it might be better, or it will be better to separate languages. And what we will do, we will continue streaming only in German on the Crypto Sparbuch channel. And there is a new channel called KSB TV. KSB stands for Crypto Sparbuch as well. And on KSB TV, there will be our future English streams and everything in regards to the next tour. But now
let's go to KSB right away, since we are here and we have 74 subscribers and we need at least 1,000 so we can live stream. So please, guys, jump to KSB TV. We'll put the link into the chat as well. And please subscribe, help us out so we reach the 1,000 subscribers really fast. All right, Kellen, what do you think? What is the first topic we should start? Maybe our first topic should be, where do we go? How is the last tour different from the next tour?
So the last tour had a ton of stops, right? And we have a ton of stops once again. But this tour, we're really going to focus on large workshop events. We know where our major cities are. Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Miami. There's a ton of big cities in Texas. So we just kind of had to pick one based on a date. But we are going to do it all big for these events. We are going to have huge venues. We're hoping to draw crowds of 200-300. If PulseCon can bring out 3,000 people, then in these major cities, there's absolutely no reason why we can't bring out 300 people. And it's really a different crowd. Um, this type of educational platform that we have is really intended to onboard, is to really teach you how to work in the system, give out polls to everybody and let them try out how it works. So
So my
that's
question was, why did we need to form the LLC? And the last tour, the 5555 tour, was sponsored by the by the Crypto Sparbook team. Later on, then we decided to bring in the community to make everything bigger. This time, since everything is blowing up so much, we have so many Hexicans coming. The venues are getting so big. The Crypto Sparbook team cannot do it alone anymore. And this is why we decided to form the LLC so that we can now receive money from the Hex community, and this is the reason of the stream today. We want to elaborate on our million post tour, what we need in order to really make the tour happen, and everything like this. And also, of course, we want to talk about how is the workshop actually different from the last workshop, the Hex workshop that we have. So let's jump right into the workshops. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and let Kaylin explain it.
sure.
So Kevin, we have the last one was only Hex related, Hex workshop, but this time we will talk about Pulse and Pulse X as well. So how is it different from the last time?
I think one of the biggest differences is that you guys carried the last tour on your back, both financially and with the education. Of course, you had a couple people that hopped in and helped you out, like Maddie and Kareem. But for the most part, Abid and Hexline, you guys provided all the education. We have so many topics here that we're going to be covering that it's really important to embrace a lot of different knowledge and a lot of different skill sets. Like people like Crypto Kool-Aid, who we know has years of experience in NFTs and understands encapsulated stakes probably better than anybody that I know. And so, being that Pulsechain has so many various projects and abilities, it's really important that we provide education on everything. This doesn't take away from Hex, right? When we look into intro to DeFi and cryptocurrency, there's no better place to start than Hex. It is true DeFi. It is what made Uniswap so big. It's what took us, away from centralized exchanges. So we're going to cover a huge amount of topics, but with a lot of different speakers.
And the last workshop was always about 2 hours, right? Here we'll have a little bit of a different schedule. So let's go to the workshop sessions that we have here.
Yeah, sure. You want to just read it to them and then we'll just talk.
Registration this time will begin at 10 a.m. Just like every event, it should start a little bit earlier because we have so many things to discuss.
Yeah, we have a full day event.
And now we have the first session, Introduction to Decentralized Finance and Cryptocurrency. This will be in general. Then we will talk about the session 2, Staking and Delegating. Session 3, Liquidity Providing and Yield Farming. And session 4, highlighting a Pulsechain feature or project. And then at the end, the 1 million Pulse Tour giveaway. So maybe we can talk about why did we decide to name it Million Pulse Tour.
Kaylin?
Yeah. So it's really about Patrick and Hexline, your contribution to the tour. We all know that you have a onboarding wallet that you have generously giving out thousands of Hex while we were on the 5555 tour. And from that same wallet, you did sacrifice for Pulsechain. And so you had committed to give away at least 1 million Pulse at every workshop. And this is when we were still considering doing, over 20 workshops. Now with us focusing on these 9 big workshops, who knows how many million we're going to give away. So that's why, we don't go with 1 million Pulse tour. It's just million Pulse tour because we're going to give away millions of Pulse during this entire tour. And that is really because of foresight.
And we also sacrificed for Pulse X,
Yeah.
for example.
And also our plan is to have it an interactive workshop where everybody gets some Pulse, changes into HEX Stakes, and does some validation and stuff like that. So it's not only 1 million Pulse that we give away, but everybody who will come to our workshops will receive some Pulse so they can already start interacting with the blockchain. I think this is really, really important.
Yeah, the idea of the full day workshop is really interactive workshop where you can come either as a crypto newcomer. Then you need to come like for the whole day, because the first two segments are more for beginner stuff. If you are like not into crypto yet, not into Hex yet, and then the rest of the day is the more advanced stuff where you will learn of effective strategies on how to be your own bank on the crypto market, mostly with the Richard Hart ecosystem. And when you come to the workshop, when you come to the day, then you will also receive some crypto that you can start right away. Because I experienced that the biggest fear for people are like the first few clicks. And that is the same kind of fear what people have before they make their first online banking transactions. And then we just show them how it is done, and then they can go home and now they know where to click, what to click, have all the informations, have like a workshop book, a handout or something like that as well. They got provided with all like further informations, all the a list of the streaming channels and all that stuff, where they can find video content as well, that they really know how to click, how to do their own research, where to focus the attention, where to don't take any attention towards, and about effective strategies on how to maximize your gains and be your own bank on the crypto market.
Exactly. So now we have talked about the workshop sessions, how the new workshop will look like. We already talked about what kind of speakers we will have, what kind of Hexicans will represent or help up building stuff. And now we need to go to the next topic, which is the sponsoring. Because this is actually the second thing that needs to happen. We need to have the commitment of the Hexicans on the road to speak and to help set up, but we also need the funding of the Hex community. Because the Crypto Sparbook team, since it got so big, we cannot handle it alone anymore. We need the help of the Hex community so we can pass off the torch to make this really a community effort. And here you see our tier sponsorship system. It goes from $50 up to $1 million, and you see a lot of benefits that you get here. Kellen, you made all the benefits with Mars, I believe.
It was a team effort, I would say. Yeah.
So let's get into that. What do you think is the best thing to start here?
One thing before, and we'll go right back to these tiers, but the workshops, another thing that's different from this workshop than last year's is that these are ticketed events. Because this is a full day event, you have options. And I'd love to show them those options, Avid. If you go back to the home page, you can see all of our tentative dates. Now, of course, these dates, and I say tentative because these dates can change if we don't have launch of Pulsechain. But the first date is not until July. So, hopefully we'll be okay with the dates that we have here. But if you click on RSVP and you go into the event, any event, there are ticket options. Can you scroll down and then does it show you all the ticket options? Yeah.
I see it right now.
Yeah. And so if you feel like, I'm very new to this, I really just want to go to this one session, or I'm really just only interested in this one thing, then you can buy just a ticket for just that one session. Or if you know that want to be there for the full day, then you can buy, and you can buy these tickets pre-sale, because these prices likely will go up as we get closer and closer to those tour cities or and those dates. But you can pre-sell, you can pre-buy these tickets early, and that helps contribute to the tour, just like our sponsorship packages.
All right, so let's go back to the sponsorship packages, because if If you want to contribute to the million pulls, you can do that already. You can just choose what kind of commitment you want to do and what kind of stuff you want to receive for that. And then down here, you find the sponsorship tiers. You just click on it, and it's really easy to contribute. Since we have our LLC now, you can just click on select and start contributing right now. Kellen, what would we do with the money that is sent towards the onboarding address or to the KSB TV LLC?
The main thing that we want to do is we want to confirm all of our venues so that you and your local cities can begin to advertise these events, and you can begin to prepare your family and friends for these events. That to me is most important, is getting those dates locked in. And then another reason why we have been talking so much about selling the Hex car, although we love the Hex car, as an LLC, as a tour, we need vehicles that provide more utility. Whether or not my friends get new supercars, that's their personal decisions. But as far as the company, our KSB LLC, we need to have possibly a LED billboard truck where it has multiple purposes. It serves as a mobile billboard that can change, that can advertise multiple different projects, all the 3 Richard Hart projects, and then possibly other projects as well. And then possibly an RV. A RV would allow us to be able to throw Hexican events all over the place and save Hexicans tons of money. Just like what's going on right now with Talladega and at Daytona. We had a ton of Hexicans that went out there, that gave their time, their money to give away shirts and stickers and all these things, but we didn't have a home for ourselves. We didn't have a place where we could go use the restroom or go inside and cook and prepare things for the Hexicans. And being that we throw so many events, we need bigger cars that provide more utility.
An RV would definitely be a nice utility car. You just explained why we need that. Here in the background, of course, you see our old cars. They are so beautiful. The Staker Up Q7 and R8. Q7 and Staker Up cars are already taken care of. And now we are trying to find a buyer for the HEX R8. Just like you said, the money we would use to already kickstart the Million Pulse Tour. There are so many things that we need. And this car would just be perfect for a Super Shark or a Dolphin. If he wanted to contribute anyways to the Million Pulse Tour, then this auction is like getting a free car for him. So this is a great opportunity for all the Hexicans to donate to their favorite cause and get a free car as well. And we all love free money and free cars. I'm sure about that. Then, guys, we are pretty much done with the KSB TV topic here. I have something more. If you go to the top, you find our old link tree. This was from the 5555 tour. Let's click on it. Then there you find all our links. I would just invite you to go there, click on every single link that you can follow, and contribute this way already, because this helps a lot. And then, of course, hexmeetups.com, also a site by Kalen, where all the events are in here already. You can check it out, Talladega, Floatfest, and other events as well, where Hexicans can just meet and connect and network and start planning the future of Hex. Well, another project that we are supporting a lot is Hex.photos. If you have been at the Crypto WorldCon, for example, or at the conference in Las Vegas, you will find free pictures of you on Hex.photos. You can download them and just have fun with that. And then, of course, I don't know, we have shown it before, KSB.tv YouTube channel. Guys, please go there right now, subscribe, because that's where we will stream in English in the future when we do the Million Pulse Tour. And then, since we are on it, let's do Twitter right away as well. Then we have it all. KSB.tv is the name. KSB TV 1 is the name for the Twitter channel. So please go there as well, because there you find our announcements the quickest, right? So this is it with my presentation here. Kellen, do we have anything to talk about? Did we forget anything?
No.
So the HEX R8, the auction will start. I don't know exactly when it will start, but we will bring out a promotion video on the 24th. So in 4 days, where we will show everything about the R8. It's a really beautiful car, and where we will kickstart off the auction then, right? Some details we still have to discuss in the team, when it will start, how long it will be, and stuff like this. Maybe even a minimum auction stuff like this, right? All that kind of stuff will be then presented to you guys on ksb.tv. Okay, and if this is it for
I mean,
KSB.
should we talk a little more like how the tour will look like, and what else will there be? Do you want to talk about anything else?
Sure. Talk about NFTs, possibly. Maybe we can go back to the sponsorship page and just look at some of the benefits, because that helps just to kind of give you an idea of
Yeah.
some of the things we have going
Mhm.
on. So right now, at a $50 sponsorship level, that is cheaper than a ticket, a full day access ticket. So it actually saves you money to be early, to be a sponsor. That's something.
Yeah, because as a Shell sponsor, you still get to choose your event, and you are helping out in the earliest stages of the tour, where we need to pre-fund some venues. You know that you guys know exact date and place where we will be, in order to make some word of mouth advertisement in the destination. And that's why we also choose to give here like a little opportunity in order to save some more money, because the Shell level will give you access to a full day workshop of your choice.
And then I think the second tier is really cool as well, the shrimp with $100. There you get the HEX merch reusable discount code, which you then can use later on to buy even more merch. So I think this is also a really, really good possibility to contribute. But Kenny, then let's go into Crab and the other tiers as well, because I see NFTs here, and how does that work?
Sure. So if we look back on the homepage and you see the map of where we're going, there are 4 regions of the United States for the most part. You know, there's the West Coast, there's the Midwest, and the cities might not fall exactly into their coast, but these are the way that we divided the tour by 4 regions. We are going to be providing a NFT code, or like an access code, private key type of deal, if you attend any event within one of these regions, where you have the opportunity to go and purchase one of these limited NFTs. By being an early sponsor, you do get access to a certain number of these NFTs. At some levels, you get one, all the way up to being able to get all 4 NFTs. If you collect all 4, then you get a limited edition full collection piece. This is through a partnership with Steak and Apes.
Tier level, it's box name of the Kartenplan.
Yeah, that's a big part of
Go ahead.
the tour, is to collaborate with a lot of different individuals in the community, a lot of different influencers, and a lot of different companies. But what we understand about Pulsechain is that although we love Richard Hart projects, there will be a lot of developing happening on Pulsechain, and that only strengthens, all of our bags. So we want to embrace the NFT communities, and all the other different communities. And so a lot of our tiers go to advertising. If you are developing on Pulsechain, and you know that our LED vehicles are going to be driving throughout the United States, and you want some branding, your logo to be placed on one of our vehicles, then there's a tier for that. If you want your logos to be at our events, there's a tier for that. There's another opportunity at our workshops, that's to actually have your own exhibit space. There is a page for that, David, if you want to look at that page. It's under Post Tour Exhibits, all the way at the top, the navigation bar. No, all the way go up to the
At the
navigation.
top?
Yeah, Exhibitors. Yeah,
Exhibitors.
yeah.
Sponsorship, and then
Oh.
you have the drop-down menu of Exhibitors.
All right, I see.
Yeah. And so like this gives you an opportunity, like we have a full day event going on, and we already have partnerships with companies like HEX Merch, where they're going to have a full merch table at all these events. We realize that everybody is not going to want to sit in every session for the full amount of time. And so there will be some outdoor spaces or a separate room where there will be exhibitor tables where you can pitch your product or, you know, introduce whatever information it is you want to introduce to the community. NFT projects, internet gaming projects, Hedron, encapsulated stakes projects, those kind of deals.
Nice. And Exhibitor Pro, what do we find here? It's pretty much the same, but everything maxed out. 4 cities and everything.
Right. So you can get a package based on if you just want to attend one workshop in one city, all the way up to you're all in. You want to come to all 9 of our full day events.
Nice. And if I click purchase, where does it bring me here? I can purchase right away. That's nice. Less friction always brings up more you know, fundraising, I guess. Right, and then I've seen donate now. What is that? Oh, that's something that we showed already.
Yep, that takes you straight to the sponsorship donate now page.
And it's actually so easy. You just click on select, you sign in here, and then you can already donate to the Million Pulse Tour, which then would make sure we can have a next tour when the fork is out, when the Pulsechain actually launches.
Right.
All right. Is there something else to discuss that we have forgotten about the tour, the next one?
No.
But we have 56 days until the first event starts in June, I guess it is, right?
Yeah. Because like we said, even though we can't know for sure that our workshop schedule is 100% on schedule, we do know that we are Hexicans and that we can still do Hex events. We can still do our collaboration with Hex merch and do pop-up shops. People want to see our vehicles, whether that's the Hex car or, you know, our trucks or our RVs. And so us as Hexicans, we are going to be out going from city to city, promoting Hex at the very least.
Nice. I cannot wait for the next tour to start. The tour the last time really became my passion, and now I want to do that for the rest of my life. I dedicated my whole life to hex.com to onboard as many people as possible. So the next tour is really my passion. Guys, we need you now. We need you to step up to bring the funding and also to help us setting up the workshops and speaking at the workshops. This is really, really needed because the Crypto Sparbuch team cannot do it alone anymore. We need the whole Hex community to make that really a community effort. That would be really important for me.
Yeah, and if you want to be part of that, if you want to do more than just the silent part, where can you reach Kaylin? What do you need to click here on contact, right? And then you're good to go, I guess.
Put in your first name, email address, and then of course shoot us a message. Kaylin will receive that and answer right away. I'm really, really excited. You guys can, of course, also contact Hexline on Telegram or me on Telegram or Twitter, wherever you find us. You already probably clicked on our link tree here and subscribed to all our channels. So thank you so much for that. Kaylin, are there some last words you want to say before we go into the crypto topics?
No, go ahead.
And then, Kaylin, I don't know, if you want to, you can also stay on with us for the crypto topics. I don't know, have you heard about Maximus already?
I have heard about Maximus. I know we have a gladiator in the room.
Yeah, we have a gladiator in the room. That's true. That was nice. I liked it.
Thank you. Well, yeah, when Maximus launched, I looked into the contract and I was happy. Well, so I was seeing, right? We have audits, we have a code written by Hexicans for Hexicans, and we have Hex that will be locked up 5555. There's nothing more beautiful than that. And then when you are participating in Maxi, you get Maxi and you have instant liquidity as well, while earning the most yield possible in Hex. I think that's the best Ella pitch I've ever done for Maxi so far.
That was pretty good, actually. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, we can also start my screen share, and I can go on the actual site, maximus.cash. please guys, just type that in, maximus.cash, like the gladiator, and don't go with a random Google search or something like that. And just a reminder, like it also says here at the first line of the page, do not send anything directly to this address. Always use the decentralized application in order to do something here.
I was just looking in the chat. I want to say, hey, thank you, David Morales, MT Coiner, Sticker Guy is here as well, Daniel, Polke, KCW, a lot of new faces here as well that I have not seen so far. So thank you everybody for being in the chat to participate. And yeah, now let's go on with our stream.
So Kaylin, is there anything about Maximus what you would like to know, or did you already understand everything about it?
No, I did a stream with the guy who created Maximus, and so he provided a lot of information, and I was pretty much sold. I mean, I don't have
so then let me ask you, because I hadn't had this opportunity yet. What impression do you have of the guy?
I think that he was very knowledgeable. He's a dev. He works with Gold Key, who is his graphic designer, and then I believe there's one other guy on their team that I haven't met yet. But he's a dev and he talks like a dev. It was all knowledge based, all his information. But he definitely seemed informed, and he definitely seemed committed to the community. And I think that what he definitely kept going over and over is the fact that once this contract happens, then he has no control. He doesn't have any higher stake in Maxi than anybody else. He has the same opportunity to get one-to-one Maxi, just like all the rest of us. And so to me, that's what's most impressive, is that I don't have to worry about you know, him getting, or anyone getting, you know,
somebody enriching himself.
Yeah, a little cut. This is really just about pulling Hex together to max out that bigger pays better bonus.
In order to get the maximum amount of yield possible.
So Maximus launch phase happened about 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, and it goes for 9 days more.
Can we look into it? How much Hex has been sent to the Max contract already? Because I think it's an insane high amount of number.
It's getting there. So because we are aiming for 150 million Hex, because from 150 million Hex and onwards, you are maxing out the bigger pays better bonus, which says you get 10% more T-shares. And I'm just waiting to refresh the page here, the dashboard of the Maximus contract here, where we will see in a moment that people, the free community, the Hex community, already sent more than 80 million Hex, and still 9 days to go. And I'm pretty confident that this contract will get definitely more than 100 million Hex. And I'm also I have like a good feeling that we could reach the 150 million or a little more in the next 9 days as well.
But here's the thing, if we reach the 150 million, you guys can still pledge your Hex for Maxi, because we can send even more Hex than 150 million to this contract. The bigger pays better bonus is still applied, even if we send more.
But over 150 million, it's capped at the 10%. Now the goal is to reach the 150 million Hex.
All right, so Patrick, let's talk about Maxi a little bit more. Let's go through the whole site, because there are awesome graphics they have on the site, and that explain a lot how the Maximus price, for example, could behave. But this is a little bit later on.
Yeah, so if you go on white paper, you first have like some introduction. What is a smart contract, gas fees, Hex bonus, share price, emergency and staking, maximum stake Hex lengths, and then it goes with the second part of how Maximus work. And then you see like here the first graph, where you can now in the first stage mint 1-to-1 Hex for Maxi. and it goes in the Maximus contract. Second stage is that the Maximus contract opens the HEX 5555 stake with no emergency end stake option. And what you can then do as a user, you have, instead of staked HEX, you have those Maxi token, and every Maxi token represents one HEX staked for the maximum length and with the maximum amount of volume T-share bonus. So the most valuable staked HEX, if you want to say so. And over the course of the whole 15.2 year time frame, you can always trade your Maxi against HEX, against ETH, against USDC if you want to, on decentralized exchanges. My gut feeling here is that you will have times where it is like on a discount and times where it is on a premium, like we see with the Grayscale Bitcoin as well. And then in the end, when the 15.2 years are over, there is the end stake, which everybody can run, and you can always go in the contract and then like redeem your Maxi coins for HEX. And there I would have one question. I don't know if the developer brought it up. How does that work, like technically, when the end stake is done? So I understand, okay, everybody can do the end stake function and run it, but is it then like an automatic thing that Maxi gets burned and everybody gets like HEX and Hedron, or do you, after that, you still need to come back to the smart contract and redeem your Maxi yourself?
Okay, do you have an answer to that?
I don't.
Because I think I heard him saying already that when somebody makes this end stake, then all the HEX and Hedron will be minted. But if you want to get your HEX personally, you have to go into the contract and redeem your Maxi so you can receive your HEX and Hedron. So it won't be distributed automatically. You have to go into the code and redeem your HEX and Maxi.
Your HEX and Hedron for
HEX and Hedron, exactly.
All right.
But we talked about Maxi now briefly. I see it as a tool that you can give various perspectives on. For example, Maxi for me is a tool to save fees. If you make a 5555 stake, who knows how much it would cost to end stake that stake in the future. So for small stakes, who knows if it might be profitable. But when we stake with Maxi, only one person has to pay the fee and everybody is benefiting from that. So the HEX community actually saves a lot of fees here.
And also for you as a newcomer to the market, from the get-go, you get to maximize your potential yield, and still you have 100% of flexibility when you do it with the Maxi smart contract. Because let's say you wanted to do, let's say you have like 50,000 HEX and you wanted to do 10,000 HEX for 3 years, 10 for 6, 10 for 9, 10 for 12, and 10 for 15. Then it would be more beneficial to now go with everything into Maxi, because one-to-one you get the Maxi coins, and then after 3 years you just look at the HEX chart, and if you want to sell something, then you can just go, okay, I want to sell now like 5% of my Maxi coins and redeem them for HEX and Hedron and sell that on the market, and you're good. And you can have you still have the main flexibility, and you still have the opportunity to maybe get more Maxi when they're traded on a discount, or to sell for a premium if they're traded on a premium, like you see on this graph. And another interesting thing to think about would be yield farming on Pulsechain with Maxi and HEX in the pool.
What I would like to do is once Maxi is launched, we should make once Pulsechain is launched, we should make an approval that Maxi will be an incentive token if you pool in Pulsechain. That would be awesome.
Yeah, or Pulsechain, Maxi will also be getting a copy. So you can still send your Maxi over the bridge once the bridge is live, and then take your like wrapped Maxi from the ETH chain and your Pulsechain Maxi, and put that in a pair, and let's see if you can get the incentive token by doing that as well. And yeah,
there are many
limited
things to do.
supply, only a one-time thing. We are only talking about that like for the next 9 days, because then it's complete, it's done, it's 2 times audited, nobody is enriching himself, and it gives you a really good flexibility and maximum opportunity when it comes to yield.
So Patrick, you talked about Maximus as an onboarding tool to have Maximus yield from your HEX stake. So let's talk about why it's so good to buy Maximus. What are the bonuses that we have, right? First of all, the longer pays better is maxed out. The bigger pays better is maxed out because of the pool.
Might be maxed out. We will find out in the next 9 days.
And then now one really interesting thing is that Maximus will launch in 9 days. The T-share price is about 21,300 right now. In the future, when there might come another Maximus, also a similar contract, this contract will never have such a good share price as the original Maximus contract.
And it will be a different kind of token, because it will need to have new code, it will need to have a new contract address, it will need to have a new name, because it cannot interfere with this.
Maximus
it can
2.0.
be called like Maximus 2 or Maximus 3, yeah, but it cannot interfere with the other tokens because of the nice share rates.
But another company now could come and make the same code, but still they will never be able to compete with Maxi because we have this T-share price that only goes up.
That's true. So the first mover, it will always have a first mover advantage, and from a speculative perspective, it might be also possible that in the next bull run, when everybody goes crazy again on the crypto market, some completely different community just finds Maxi token, just sees, oh, limited supply and yield in the background and nice, and then pushes like to their community, which had like nothing to do with Hexicans beforehand. It might push the Maxi coin to a really nice premium, actually. And so yeah, I like the, you know, I advocate like new options for the Hex ecosystem. Like a year ago, I started saying that those things will come, and that we shouldn't hide ourselves or like against those things, or have like a stance against those things. We already saw that coming, and it helps the ecosystem grow, it helps the Hexican community grow, it gives different people different kind of options and flexibilities, and yeah, it's beautiful. And then I would still encourage you to hold your Maxi coins for the entire time being, because let me just make here a nice staking calculation. When you go and search on our YouTube channel, the power of T-shares, you will find out that the daily payout per T-share will rise over time. So I will go here with average over the 15.2 year time frame of 30, might be a low estimate actually. And then let's go with a low estimate of the Hex price in 15 years of just $10. And let's say that Hedron made a slight 10x in the whole time being, then we would already have 20 billion of estimated yield, and we would have our each Maxi coin would have a value of $248, and right now you can buy 10,000 coins with like $1,300, and if you invest those $1,300, you could wait those 15 years, and if you believe my numbers here, then you can have 10,000 Maxi coins for a value of $248. Oops. 10,000 Maxi coins for a value of $248, which would be $2.5 million nearly, and that's pretty good additional payment.
In your calculation, you have it in there as well, but the chat is stressing that we have to mention more that Maxi just not only gives you Hex, but like you said, also Hedron. The Hedron is a 5-time multiplier, right? Then we have the
4 or I
it's,
don't know,
it's
like
4, but then because of the calculation, it gives you 1 extra.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so the 4x multiplier plus the ground calculation. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what it is. And again, we have the hex maxed out, and then we also have the price speculation of the Maxi coin itself, which could sell in a premium or in a discount, who knows. But I want to say that I see Maxi also as a tool to decide when it's a good time to buy, because if Maxi is at a discount, I would probably buy it.
Yeah, why not?
Then what I want to say is,
yes.
it's a good signal for me. Okay, it's a discount, just buy it. You know, when do you have such clear signals in the crypto market?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you will get like such clear signals, because it always depends how big the liquidity in those Maxi pairs is. So it there might be like a wrong signal as well, that just like one bigger guy sells off his Maxi because it does not want to touch the hex or something like that, you know, and gives us a nice discount on purpose or whatever, you know. It's not like because we are in the Hexican community that nobody is stupid enough in order to wreck price charts. We saw that like with the Hedron price chart already as well, where somebody just sold like 250 billion Hedron in a single transactions a few weeks ago, murdering the price down, creating a huge wick, because he, for like a little time frame of this 1 hour, he gave a huge opportunity for other people to buy that back up, you know.
All right, we are still here at Maximus Cash. Are we done with this side? Is there anything else
I would
you
say
wanna
so.
discuss?
Yeah, I would say so. I guess we are pretty done with the site. And if you guys have any questions in regards to Maximus, then please go ahead and put it in the chat. Kaylin, do you have to add anything else here?
The only thing that I have to say is, as a Hexican, Maximus is win-win. You are locking up 150 if we get there, right? Or any amount. If it's 80 million, if it's 150 million, you're locking it up for 15.2 years, where it can't be emergency end state. So that's only a win for Hexicans.
Yep.
I think this is reducing sell pressure, right? Because
Yes.
I pledged my hex that I had liquid available to me. And what would have I done with this hex? I would probably sold it. But since I put it into Maxi, now it will be staked. So like you said, everybody's profiting from that.
And what we already did today earlier at the German stream, because we wanted to show specifically the German community, is that we wanted to show them on how to do that. Okay, now I need to refresh the page once more.
Of course, there's so many traffic right now on Maximus.cash.
I guess
it just takes a little longer.
Yeah.
So are you going to make the
so we
onboarding
already
a gladiator?
Yes, we already bought 10,000 Maxi coins today with our onboarding wallet, because that's might also be a nice thing for giveaways in the future, in my point of view. Because, for example, in 5 years, if I give away like 100 Maxi coins, they have like good value, you know, because they represent like a 5-year-old maxed out hex stake, you know.
That's exactly it, yeah. And that's why I'm such a big fan of Maxi.
And now we have 0.012% of the pool.
In the future, somebody could just jump into Hex, get Maxi, and then he is like set with the best bonuses he can have. It's a really, really good onboarding tool. Whenever I will chill Hex in the future and onboarding people, I will also let them know about Maximus. All right, so,
Perfect. Yeah.
Other than that, we do not have too much in the chat anymore. It's just people saying Maximus product, Hedron is as well really nice. Max is awesome, stuff like this we have in the chat. So thank you guys for being here in the chat, helping out CryptoSparbu to be successful.
And just to show you guys, you just go on launch tab. So please, again, do not send anything directly to the contract. Always go with the decentralized application, and then just connect with MetaMask. You don't give any permissions there, just like viewing allowances, that's it. And there you can also, from there you can go forward. You need to approve the amount of hex you want to put into the contract. The developer made it actually really nice, because usually when you put in here like any amount of hex, like say 1,000, if you approve the 1,000, it only approves you the amount you put it in, and not like an unlimited approve. I liked it a lot. And also, if you don't have hex yet, you can just click on need hex, and it brings you to Uniswap, and you can buy hex with USDC if you want to.
Perfect. And you know what I like about Maxi as well? In their white paper, they're basically saying, if you want to understand Maximus, you have to understand Hex. There's no other way around it. You need to understand the value of T-shares and how much of a bonus it is for the community to pull together. So I think it's just a perfect product that supplements Hex to get the most yield out of our favorite product.
But just don't play around, because every swap has 0.3% of fee on Uniswap. So if I would go with my 10,000 Maxi coins on my onboarding account and put that back into Hex, I would not get the 10,000 back. Why? Because I have the 0.3% fee. What I could do is, I guess, I can go in the smart contract and redeem my Maxi and go, and I would get the 10,000 hex back. Yeah, I was waiting for the MetaMask to go up because I should allow that process. I was just about to show you that, and now I'm going to reject it. So I could mint my hex back if I want to. Would cost me less fee than on Uniswap as well. And yeah, I don't want to do that. I just bought my Maximus.
It's not worth it.
Just want to show you guys like what options you have. So you have the Uniswap option. You also have the redeem option in the smart contract itself.
And the coiner is saying, thanks for the show, Crypto Cashew. Thanks, guys. It is not over yet. We will still talk about price. And also, I think there's also a little bit of Hedron we want to talk about, right?
Yeah, we will definitely talk about the Hedron price. We will definitely talk about the Hex price. But there is also something else to talk about. I need to warn you guys a little bit. So now that the Pulsechain fork is coming closer and closer, Richard said like 1 to 2 months. The best guess from his lead developer is like mid-May. And I need to warn you, because 99% of the things on Pulsechain will be complete trash, like it is right now on the crypto market as well. We have more than 10,000 coins out there. Everything will get a lot of things will get a copy, like all the Ethereum-based stuff. And their Pulsechain with the low fees is a paradise for scammers, because also the scammers don't need to pay a lot in order to build up a scam. So please be careful with what you do, what you give allowances for, and please think about the option of having multiple wallets. You don't need to interact with each and every contract with your main staking wallet. You can have different kinds of wallets with different kinds of seed words attached to them as well. So please think about that, because there is one thing I want to mention, because it might be the best meme coin on the Pulsechain in the future. That's why we are going to mention it, because why not mention it,
Yeah.
Kaylin, have you heard about that?
I have, and just to piggyback off of what you said, Steak and Apes gave some really great advice in a meeting that we had with him. A lot of people are like dabbling in NFTs. You should have a wallet just for NFTs, because it is a scammer's paradise out there, and you don't want your main Hex wallet or like your real, money to get, messed with because you're one to collect JPEGs, So
are you telling me that it might be a time when I buy $1 million JPEG NFT, I want to say, that I cannot get back my $1 million?
I don't know.
No way.
There he was just saying that it's wise to separate your wallets to have a
Yeah,
wallet
that's really wise.
for
That's
NFTs.
really wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have heard about this new meme coin. What do you think about that, Caleb?
I think it's interesting. A couple things that I've thought about this, right? It's smart because number one, they jack the other Pulse Doge, right? Like we all know who Pulse Doge Win is. And I saw a tweet today of a screenshot with the original owner of PulseDoge.com selling that domain, to whoever runs this one. I think it's smart because people just like to buy what they hear. That's why Doge ran up. That's why shit ran up. That's why this will run up. And what he's doing is he's automatically giving Hexicans free coins, right? So where you don't have to invest any more money and you can just reap the benefits of other people that just hop into this market just because they heard that name Pulse Doge and they're just Googling and just throwing, ridiculous money in it. So I think it's very interesting when you look at the perspective of like marketing and targeting and, that scam type of, presence. But I don't think this guy particularly is a scammer. I just think that he listens to Richard and he knows that this type of promo works.
Yeah, and you guys, as you can see here, you have like more than 98 days left to claim this airdrop. And yeah, I just heard about that like actually today. So I haven't done any research on that. And the first thing I will personally do is wait for a fucking month, because I have the time. I have 100 days, and I'm pretty sure that some stupid guys will already had claimed that. And if it's like a straight out scam, then I will find that out in the next 1 to 3 months. And then I can still choose if I want to claim this airdrop or not. So I haven't done it with the onboarding account either, because first of all, I haven't seen an audit for that, and I'm a little careful. And if I see I have like 98 days, it doesn't matter if I do it now or like in 98 days, just that I don't forget it. That's the case. So I will just wait a little bit here and then
claim later.
No, and then decide if I'm going to claim
So,
later.
Daniel Polk is saying, I'm waiting for 20 Gwei to claim. That's also a good strategy. Just wait for when the prices of the fees are really low, because here we have 100 days or 89 days left to claim. Hunlock is in the house. I just want to say hello to all our people in the chat. Hexican, Greenhorn, Daniel Polk I already mentioned, and Empty Coin are really, really active here in the chat. So thank you guys for that.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I wanted to show you here. This is like a return of investment multiplier since launch. And here's like the launch day. And we have HEX here. We know that in the first month, HEX had led a huge drawdown and then made its way up to 10,000x from down here. And also something like Dogecoin. It launched, it had like the first over 90% dip here, because you see like at 1 and then less than 0.1 means like more than 90% drop. But from there on, it also made the gains, and we're talking about a free airdrop coin. And it also made like from the launch day over the years, over the days. Here is like the days, 1,000 days, 2,000 days, 3,000 days. It made more than 100x. It's like several 100x, like at the highest point. And then what have you have in green? Okay, that's Ethereum, not a meme coin, so to speak. And what is here? And this is Shiba, also like a meme coin. And here we also have like a little drawdown, and then made like several thousand X here, only because it has a cute dog as a logo.
Cute dogs at the logo always go up in price the most, right? Let's see how Pulse Doge will perform in the future. Would I personally buy Pulse Doge? I don't think there's any need for me. We can claim it, we can dump it, we can have a lot of fun. But our main activity is always Hex related, like Hedron, like Maxi. That's the stuff we make our money on.
Yeah, I think what's most
I
interesting.
mean, you and you know they are transparent. You can click here, view token on Etherscan. You can go there and view the code. Is it safe to claim? So as I said, I haven't done my research, but I I like what they did here on the side, and I'm pretty sure that if it's a scam, we will find out in the next 1, 2, 3 months. And it does not look like that, but don't just throw money on something or do something with some other sites if you just think it doesn't look like it. And as we know, we still have more than 3 months time to get this free airdrop. I will advise you to just wait a little bit, and when more and more people do that and still have their funds like a week later, it is probably safe to do.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see also Maddie All in Hex Therapy Live is in the chat as well. Hi Maddie, how's it going? Pulse Former. I think it's awesome that all the Hexicans come by, say hello. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, so what else? Anything else about this, how to treat new projects, or any thoughts about the scarce future meme coin on Pulsechain?
Which one?
Pulse Dodge,
Oh,
what we
yeah.
just talked about.
Post Dodge, the most interesting thing to me is how they're doing the free claim. That the shark, or no, my bad, the dolphin is the biggest tier, and then after that it's the squid. And to me, it makes a lot of sense because the sharks or the whales are the most likely to just dump on the project. They're already big in Hex, right? Dolphins are big too, but they are known, to be holders, like to hold the Hex community up. And squids want to
Yeah.
level up; they want to be dolphins. So I thought it was really interesting how they did that breakdown of how many coins, and one level is not that far from another one. So it gives you an opportunity to be a whale if you want to, you know. So
In the meme
Mhm.
coin.
and I
In the
mean,
meme coin.
yeah, and I mean,
So, for example, there is like this. They calculate if everybody like would claim, it would be a little bit more of 12 million total supply. My best guess is like 2% of this 12 million will be claimed.
Patrick, we have a shout out here from Maddie All in Hex Therapy, and he's saying, I looked at the claim function in MetaMask. I claimed, do your own research. Exactly what we were saying as well. First, make sure everything is safe. Maddie said that he claimed everybody needs to do their own research. At the end, it's a meme coin and it is crypto.
Exactly, and I'm pretty. I just found out about that like today, and we just said, okay, let's bring it up because it's also a good topic to bring up, like general stuff. That the Pulse chain in general is like a paradise for scammers, and that we are still pretty confident as a crypto Sparbuch team that coins like PLS and PLSX will outperform a lot of other things in the near future, and Hex as well, and Hex gives you still a nice yield. It still gives you awesome gains, and now you can maximize that by going with Maximus. And now for the end of today, I would just say let's do a small Hedron price analysis, and after that, a Hex price analysis.
Of course.
So here at the Hedron chart, what we saw was like the launch. Then we saw like a lot of guys like selling it off. We saw like here the lowest point on the 3rd of March. Our stream was like here on the 6th of March, when I remember, or 6, 7, something like that. No, it was before the Hex conference. It was like 4th or 5th of March. Then we had the run up. It made like in 9 days 13x, and from there it went to a huge correction, and now on the daily candle of today we reached like nearly 83% of downturn, and I'm not sure if that's like the turning point of Hedron or not. Just saying that 83% is like already a good amount of correction. It might go even down to 95%. We don't know. This first volatility wave can go down to 95%. We still have like a little liquidity of 1.8 million. So be aware when it comes to if you want to buy Hedron, because you always need to keep in mind that it is a way for Hexicans to not having the need to sell their hex, because they just can sell their free Hedron. And you also need to keep in mind that especially the richest Hexicans who are like active in the market, they got in there in the first 10 days, securing a 10x bonus, which is valid for the whole staking ladder, so until 2036. That's why I wouldn't make like a public buy Hedron announcement or something like that. But still, in the future bull run, you know, something like Hedron can easily do something like that, 1,000% in a week again. So just to keep it in mind. And now I would like to switch over to Hex. Go like with a little long-term mish. So what we saw here, like back last year in July, the start of the it was like mid-July. It wasn't in June, because my guess for the last possible date of the Pulsechain launch is like the yearly and thing when we started the sacrifice, and that would be like mid-July. So something between mid-May and mid-July is the best guess of myself.
Yeah, it
so
seems like it will happen like this, huh?
yeah, so just if you're new, what you see here in the chart, this was the pulse sacrifice phase. After that, you saw a lot of wrong expectations, like we had it as well, that Pulsechain is around the corner, it will launch any month. That's why we wrapped a whole card. And then the market realizing, oh, it will take longer than expected. And we had the first drawdown here to 12 cents. Then we got like announcement, Pulse X, we got a new sacrifice. We got towards the event a new hype there until 33 cents. And then it started, and like the Pulse sacrifice phase, the Pulse X sacrifice phase was like kind of the same chart structure. And we had a new all-time low here but not under 10 cents. So it didn't want to go under 10 cents. It looked like that somebody is like getting his bags full, you know, at this price, and not giving like this crowd the opportunity who also was waiting already like for Hex to dropping below 10 cents, because they were sure it would go to below 10 cents and down to 7.5 cents. That's why I still have like a support line down there. And actually what I see is that we won't get cheaper Hex prices before the fork. I don't see that coming, because if I measure that, we had a 80% discount, 80% drop from the all-time high, which is a pretty high discount or high drawdown already. And we bounced off from there. We tried this zone again, and those are all daily candles. And we see here on those daily candles, buy pressure, buy pressure, buy pressure with low volume. And now just imagine what those candles will do if we get to high volume days again.
And Daniel Polk is saying, don't forget the use of Hedron just in 2 years. You remember this? Jerry is saying Hex is cheap right now, and Daniel again still waiting for 8 cents, may not happen. Like you said, we had resistance at 10. We never dropped below 10 ever again, basically, right?
Yeah, and you know, Richard is getting clearer with his statements on when Pulsechain will launch. We know it pretty much for sure that we have like this time frame in 4 weeks until like 12 weeks, 1 to 3 months. And yeah, what do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the exact same way. I've been buying Hex. I've been buying Hex at 10 cents, at 12 cents. And I had a buy order in just in case it went down to like 10.8, and I don't think it's gonna do it.
Yeah, it does not look like, because here those two candles, it was like down to 11 cents, and here again 11.05. So it looks like somebody has his limit orders there in order to fill his bag in this zone. And now with new announcements coming, I see the hex price rising again. How far? It's hard to say. I know you don't want to hear that a bit, but I don't think that we have a new all-time high before the fork.
And you don't think we have an all-time high before the fork because you're not Hex Line anymore, you're Hex Bear now, because you're only in the Hex Bear chat now. I don't know what is going on here, but are you done with your price prediction?
I'm done with my price prediction. We can pull down the screen share. I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, and then let's see Kaylin's pretty face at least. And
but also I have an announcement.
But I would like to get like Kaylin's answer to the question if she thinks that Hex will have a new all-time high before the fork or not.
I think that it's gonna approach it. I think that will be back over a quarter.
Oh yeah, I agree on that.
How long has it been since Hex had a new all-time high?
Since early September last year.
Hex has never not made a new all-time high.
Information Richard puts out about the snapshot. If he's like real vague and it just happens, then the price won't go as high as if he,
No. He in his last stream he already announced we will get a heads up. He already said that. He said we will get a heads up.
Yeah, I'm team all-time high.
Exactly. Hex has never not made a new all-time high, right?
Yeah, but I think like after the fork, I think that we will make barely a new all-time high before the fork. Then we will see another sell-off, and then all those stupid sellers will finally be out of Hex, and then the Hex whales or the long-term supporters and so on, like Godwhale and so on, then they will start buying it up. And with not much liquidity on both sides, but bounded liquidity in the EHEX hex pair, they can easily push both prices on both blockchains up. That's like my best speculation.
That's really, it's gonna be interesting. We will receive so much free money in the future. We probably don't know what to sell first. I just got a message from Cryptographics FX. He invited us, Kaylin, to his stream in like 1 hour or so. So let's screen share that really quick so everybody can see where to go. There we go. There we are already. And here we have going live at 4 p.m. PST with ABITHEX, and you want to tune in this one. Really interesting what we will talk about with Kaylin. We'll talk about KSB TV, of course, and promote the Million Pulse Tour. So if you want to have this spiel again today, it is today. It's in 1 hour and 101 minutes. That's why I open it up for Kaylin to see, because now we probably have to jump off the stream, eat a little bit, and then jump onto the next stream. Are you ready, Kaylin?
I need to charge. Also, let me see if I can make that work. I got to pick my kids up from school too.
Don't worry, it was on a short notice. He just said, okay, let's do it today. I did not even say yes, but I guess this was a yes already right now. I will just definitely jump on. If you have the time, you can always join. And then always tomorrow it is with 2 more streams. We have Crypto, Heartbeat, and Cabana Crypto as well, right?
Yes. So
Saturday, Sunday, it is going on. We are just doing streams. You guys, please help us promoting and retweeting the Million Pulse Tour so we can actually make it happen. By ourselves, the Crypto Sparbook team cannot do it anymore. We need the Hex community to come together to really make that tour a community effort.
Yep.
So, and I want to say thank you very much for everybody who was in the chat. It was a great stream. We had a lot of fun.
And also to you, Kaylin, thanks a lot for coming on the stream to us. And yeah, it's awesome to have you on Team Win.
See you guys. See you next week.
Yeah.